I'm probably gonna trigger a lot of people, but that's okay because it's gonna be funny to me. Today, I want to talk about why I hate the Red Pill community. Out of all my years on the internet, the Red Pill community has been the one sphere that I have just absolutely hated. And now, with the rise of podcasts, my feed is constantly flooded with dudes saying the dumbest stuff possible. I'm gonna try to keep this somewhat structured because I got a lot to say, but we'll see how it ends up. First, I want to talk about red pillars and their definition of success. The main goal of a red pillar, from what I see, is to be what they call a high value man. Disregarding the fact that what a high value man is completely subjective to what the man defines it as, I'm going to go with what is the general idea of what a high value man is. A high value man is a man who is financially stable, has a plethora of women at his disposal, is physically healthy, and is overall dominant and confident in all aspects of his life. Now, some of these aspects I can agree with, like being financially stable and also being physically healthy. I wholeheartedly agree with those. However, my biggest gripe with the Red Pill movement and their definition of success is that young men will chase to be millionaires like Andrew Tate and all the other people that they see by like their 20s. And when they don't achieve it, they feel like they have failed in life.
If you're a guy in your 20s and you don't have a Lamborghini, you should actually sit down and have like a serious discussion with yourself as to why you don't have a Lambo.
Yep.
Because I realize now that it's so incredibly easy and there's so much money out there, and 200 grand relative to what is out there in circulation and what you can grab, especially now with AI tools that you can leverage like never before, 200 grand is chump change.
Building a relationship with money by correlating it to happiness is a never-ending battle. Because you can always make more money. So no matter how much money you make in life, you will never be satisfied. Guys my age will sit there and talk about how they want to be entrepreneurs and how they want to go and be in that top 1%. But there's a reason why the top 1% is 1%. Everyone wants to go out and be some millionaire mogul by their 20s. But what they don't realize is that most of those people who have that wealth either were born in a rich family or got really lucky with a very great idea. That's not a media that is normal for every single person. Not every person is gonna build Microsoft in their garage or build Tesla in their garage, when in fact both of those people came from rich families. It's just annoying how these red pillars will tell young men to chase this lifestyle, but it's a very superficial lifestyle, and men should go out and create their own definition of what success is for themselves. Alright, now let's move on to fitness, and this is quite possibly one of the most toxic communities I've ever seen. Now, don't get me wrong, I will always promote people working out, eating healthy, not being fed all of the superficial, sugar-filled stuff that is constantly fed to us that makes us die sooner. I used to chase the bodies that I would see on social media, but I soon realized that it was all a lie. Most of these men either take steroids or are working out full time. Most normal people do not have the finances to be taking steroids, and unlike these fitness people, we actually have to go to work instead of constantly thinking about workouts and working out all freaking day. I mean, really stop and think. Like, these fitness YouTubers that upload like 2-3 videos a day, do you think that they just come up with this stuff on a whim? No, they are constantly working out and constantly thinking about new workouts to feed whatever pseudoscience vitamin or protein powder that sponsors them. This causes a lot of men to grow up with body dysmorphia and feel that even though they are healthy, since they don't look like Hugh Jackman, they're worthless. You build an unhealthy relationship with your fitness, your diet, and most importantly, your mental health and self-confidence. I cannot suggest anyone to go out and chase these body types that they see because it's all fake or unachievable for the normal person. The goal is to be healthy, not to be shredded, not to be a roided up bodybuilder, to be healthy. Now, don't get me wrong, if you are truly passionate about achieving those body types, then do you, my friend. Go ahead. As for the rest of us, we need to really start accepting that being normal is okay. This leads me to my next point on how being a normal person is constantly shunned in the Red Pill community. If a guy goes out and says that they want to be something like a teacher, doctor, salesperson, or even work at like a non-profit, they are told that they are either not ambitious or they're just lazy. This is so stupid, toxic, and detrimental to men everywhere. Not every guy wants to be a millionaire mogul at some Fortune 500 company. Some guys just want to live a normal life, have a wife, some kids, maybe travel to a place or two. And you know what? That's okay. Everyone always thinks about the lavish lifestyle of tons of money and women when it comes to being some entrepreneur guru. But what they don't realize is it can be very lonely at times. Lonely times sitting at your computer, constantly thinking about how to grow your business. Constantly trying to find new connections to help grow your business. Constantly thinking about how you can outdo the competition. And most importantly, it's time away from your family, wife, kids, hobbies, and just your overall social life. Do y'all ever notice how people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and all these other billionaires don't have the best family lives? All of them are cheaters, or they don't have a family at all. They're alone. I mean, at least Bill Gates, he seems like a good father. I'll give him credit for that. Living a normal, humble life is okay because you're still putting your imprint on the world. But if you improve the lives of those who interact with you, that is one of the most powerful things a person can do. Now that that's over, let's get on to the topic you've all been waiting for: red pillars and women. Now, it's no secret that red pill guys hate women, but also want to have sex with them, which I find very interesting. I just find it funny how much these guys talk down to women, yet surround themselves with the same women that they preach against. OnlyFans models, strippers, anyone in the sex work industry. But first, before I get ahead of myself, let's talk about the judgment of women. Red pill guys will be the first to call out women for being emotionally unstable, yet they get so pissed when a woman rejects them.
At least you got like the we're fucking voice.
Why? You want me to make a little bit of noise?
No,
Like
I'm just saying.
Fuck?
If I heard Pop Smoke talking from heaven while I'm stroking, I'm soft. Real rap.
But you have to lose some weight until you can see your dick, nigga.
She got that.
Oh shit. So
Later.
oh money, don't come over here talking that shit. All that cap you been doing on all motherfucking Fresh and Fit, Big Ack is here now.
Oh, yeah.
My nigga fucked the shit up. Yo, the nigga gave you a fucking rose, bitch, and you fucked the shit.
2.
Okay.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is he over there?
I would give him a 10 because he
Okay.
invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass bitch. I'm trying to
Thank
figure
you.
out why you rated me a 2 because we're not going off.
5. And for you, I need to see your face. The glasses is not it for me. Because everybody looks different with glasses
You need to
on.
see his SVJ.
What's that?
Don't worry about it. See him next to that Lamborghini. That score is going to change.
That's cool.
Okay, well, can I get like a little,
Just a quick
Chris,
little pop.
pull up my Instagram real quick.
no?
I find it so funny because when I think about how they can't handle rejection, I see how most incels who don't deal with the traumas and understand the fact that they are the reason why they keep getting rejected and their dating life is so terrible, they slowly turn into those red pill guys. I think that it always comes from two things: an underestimation of the girl's value or an overestimation of their self-value. Do I think that women can be emotional? Yes, I do. But if men are so less emotional than women are, then why are self-deletion rates higher than ever? Why are depression rates higher than ever in men across the country? Sure, some of that can be linked to COVID, but the point still stands. Men are emotional, but we don't have an outlet to properly express ourselves. And it's not a bad thing to be emotional. As a matter of fact, emotions are what make us human. You know who doesn't have emotions? Psychopaths. That's who you want to be? Really? I find it funny how these red pill guys will sit here and talk down to women about how much they use men and they only care about money. These guys are the same guys who will pay to fly out women to be on their podcast, pay women to have sex with them, and just pay women to be around them in general. You are building a relationship with the women that know you, that this is transactional, you are here for the money. And yet you have the audacity to go and blame women for an environment that you created? Don't get me wrong, I have no problem paying for dates and making sure that my girl has the things that she wants in her life. But I've just developed relationships where whenever I hang out with a girl, it doesn't matter if we're going out to dinner or if we're just chilling at her place. It's about having a fun time and building a great experience in that moment. It's not about material stuff. I just find it funny how these red pill guys will sit here and talk all of this crap about how women only care about money, but yet they establish relationships with women that show women that their only value that they can give to a woman is the money that they have. Now, don't get me wrong, some women will use you for your money and status, but you know what you do with these women? You recognize the signs and you avoid them. And if you're in a situation where you're highly invested, just leave, bro. Don't get mad. Don't yell, don't hate anyone, just leave. I'm telling you right now that the feeling of when you move on from someone that rejected you or did you wrong and they come back around after you've moved on, it is quite possibly one of the best feelings to ever have. It's the ultimate power play because showing a despicable human that they have no power over you, it does hurt them deep inside. They see that they were truly at fault in some aspects of the situation. And those demons that they have to face now, they have to face alone. You've already faced your demons, and now it's time to meet your angels. Alright, now let's move on to promiscuity. Red pill guys will always talk about how disgusting it is for a woman to sleep around. The classic phrase of, you want a key that opens every lock, you don't want a lock that opens every key. Ugh. Whenever I hear any guys start talking like this, I just roll my eyes because it's so stupid. First off, for a movement that is constantly promoting the idea of focusing on improving yourself, you care a hell of a lot about what the fuck someone else does behind closed doors. All of these guys somehow expect women to have either low body counts or be virgins, but then on that same term, when they get behind closed doors with them, they want the Gawk Gawk Soul Snatcher 9000 with robotic twist. Do you know how women learn these types of things? Through experience. The entitlement to think that a woman has to somehow save herself for a guy that she doesn't even know. Hell, some of y'all are so entitled that y'all just go out there and just take whatever you want by force. At what point is the red pill community going to start promoting discipline? You cannot just be out here smashing anything and everything that smiles at you and allows you to smash it. We are taught from a young age to be disciplined in our careers, our health, our life choices, and in many other aspects. But somehow, that never extends to our dating life. It's always seduce as many women as you can. And frankly, that's disgusting. The only consequence that you can't get from being undisciplined is that the woman is the one who has to carry the multiple pounds of human for those 9 months. You can still get STDs, you can still be a father, you can still get emotionally attached to someone who doesn't love you. You can still get roasted by your friends because the person you smashed wasn't up to their standards. Now don't get me wrong, you can go out there and have fun. I'm not trying to say that. But the goal should not be, at least in my eyes, to just have meaningless sex. The goal should be to have meaningful and emotional connections with someone because that makes those intimate moments worth so much more. Even though it's scary, it's worth the risk because when you find someone that reciprocates, it makes that experience that much more magical. Sure, I may get rejected. I may be an emotional teddy bear. But all the women who I've been with in the past have always told me that I'm a good guy. Being able to move past all of the things that have happened between me and girls and still have them tell me that I'm a good person, that means a lot to me. It means so much more to me that I'm able to be successful with women being the type of man my mom will be proud of than just going and just smashing any girl that allows me to. I just think this whole red pill movement derives from insecurity. Whenever these men jump on podcasts and just spew a bunch of BS, it to me just shows how insecure they are. Instead of accepting the fact that they have serious mental trauma that needs to be dealt with, they will constantly blame other people for the problems they have in life. All I'm saying is, there's a direct correlation between every problem you face in your life and you being the one who experiences it. I'm not saying that every problem you have in your life is your fault. No, I'm not saying that. But it is your responsibility to fix it. And you want to know why? Because no one else is going to care to fix it. It sucks, I know, because there are some fucked up things that there are people out there who have to endure both physically and mentally for long periods of their life. But at the end of the day, no one else is going to have to live in that body of yours. And ultimately, no one's going to really care to fix your problems. And other people can't fix your problems. No matter what your circumstances are, it is up to you to develop a life that makes you happy. Stop blaming women for your dating problems and start improving on yourself and your choice of women. Stop blaming your family for your trauma and go to therapy, learn your triggers, and how to handle them. And for God's sake, stop blaming society, because even though I can agree that the stresses society places on men can be hard to deal with, what are you gonna do? Sit there, bitch and moan, or go out there and create a life that you can be proud to look back on? Saying that society is out to destroy masculinity and women only use men, like, what does that solve? Me personally, I don't give a shit if society is destroying masculinity. I'm proud to be the man that I am today. And that's all that matters to me. I understand why the red pill community exists. Men have not had a platform to talk about their personal problems for a very long period of time, and we are just now starting to see all of those ideas come out very publicly. But a lot of these ideologies are just so outdated and so unnecessary. We're moving towards a society where not only women are making more and getting better jobs, AI is probably going to take all of our jobs anyway. So where does that leave us? Doing the one thing humans have been built to do: build connections, meaningful ones. Do not let any other man tell you what you should and shouldn't believe. Do not let another man generalize everything in your life just to make it simple. Life is complex. Life is hard. But that's okay, because in my opinion, if things were simple, then things would be boring. Be the man that you want to be. Whether you aspire to be the next Elon Musk, I hope not, or you want to go and teach math at a university, whatever makes you happy is all that really matters. Because at the end of the day, when you die, you're gonna have to look back on your life. No one else, just you. Just make sure you live the life you can be proud of. And instead of taking the red pill, just make up your own pill.